Hello there. This is Alicia. I'm so glad that you're on my channel today. And if you don't know, I talk about all things boudoir, books, and being my favorite self after 40. And I have a question for you. Okay. What would you do if you spoke another language from the person you were trying to get with? What would you say? What would you do? Would you want to do it? Would that be a deal breaker for you? Would you learn a new language? This is the premise of Casey's Mills, Me for You. Picture this. You are a deaf woman. Mama is also deaf. Your mama has put into your head that you should never, ever, 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 ever date a hearing man because he is going to leave you. He is not a part of our community. She has that feeling, or she knows that because when you were born, your father, who was a part of the hearing world, left her and told her, I can't do two of y'all. Okay? One was enough. Two of y'all, it's all right. And so she has lived with this and she has put that into your mind, and you have taken that on and said, you know what, mama, you're right. You're right. Problem is that one day you have been given a gift of a little girl whose mama left her for 3 days. She is a student in the school that you teach in. This little girl knows you, loves you, and is like, I want to stay here with you. He has an older brother. Her older brother, his name is Rylan. He had no idea she existed because when he was 15, his mama did the same thing to him. She gave him away to his football coach. When she did that, she was like, hey, you want to pay for camp? You want to pay for school? You want to do everything with him? Why don't y'all take him? I'll give my rights away. Right? And so he's now in his 30s, and the people that he calls his mother and father call him and tell him, hey, so I need to tell you, I know you're getting ready for the season because he's in the NFL, that you have a sister. And yeah, your mama left her. And so he does the thing that he knows to do as a big brother. He goes and gets her. Now, the problem is, Somi, who's the main character, female, has this child and has fallen in love with her. And she has created a life for this little girl where, because the little girl is also deaf, she feels like she should take her and allow her to live with her. He says, I think the fuck not. That is my family. I am going to take her. She's like, you don't even know her. And he's like, watch. Now, the good thing is that he actually speaks ASL. And he comes to her and says, listen, I learned it when I was in college. I had to take it as a foreign language credit. So I'm good. I'm a little bit rusty, but I'm good. I could talk to her. And he says to her, listen, I am coming to get her. I want you to pack her things and, we'll figure out the rest later. He's like, you know what? Actually, matter of fact, how about you come to my house so we can make sure that she has everything she needs and she feels comfortable, because I know, and you know, that she might have a problem with being in a stranger's house. Because Somi says to him, you want to take her out of school. School year is not over. You want me to quit my job, take a leave of absence to come to take this child who I love to a whole nother city, a whole nother state, because you just don't want to stay here or you don't want to leave her here. And he's like, yeah, I didn't stutter. And he's like, I'll pay you. I'll pay you triple, double, whatever your salary. But I need her to be comfortable and I need her to be with me. And you see him slowly start to transition out of being a fuck boy. Okay. Because he starts to realize that, one, he needs his sister to be with him. Two, he's still mad at his mama for the fuck shit that she keeps doing, like having children when she doesn't want children. And then three, he doesn't want the people who raised him to raise this little girl, even though they're like, we'll take her. Like, we have no problem with taking an active 6-year-old because we loved her. We love her just like we love you. You are our son. She can become our daughter. But he wants to take this on by himself. Of course, he sees Somi and he sees this beautiful woman and he's like, I know I'm not supposed to try to tap that, but I think I am. And so he pulls out all the stops to make her see him as a viable option. So much so that he decides to create this space in his home to make it possible for her to feel comfortable living there, and also for his sister to live there in a way where she gets to feel loved. She gets to feel cherished in ways that her mother, even at a 6-year-old, did not do that for her. All right, I'm going to get into the review because I don't want to give too much away because I feel like I'm going to talk and then give way too much away. This story was a beautiful story. It was a beautiful story because, one, you have a character who is fully deaf. And so you have this person, you have to kind of immerse yourself in her life and what she feels and how she's navigating a hearing world. And then you also have this person who is a fuckboy, right? He's been caught on camera having sex with people in a club. And he is like, I had to deal with my mother, her name is Felicia, abandoning me. And not just abandoning me at 15, but I had to deal with the neglect of dealing with a parent who did not love me, who didn't even want to be in my space. And I see my sister and I see myself in my sister. Because at first I was like, why does he want to take her when he knows that, one, he's an NFL player, two, he's never had to deal with a child, and he lives this life like fast and free, giving money to, doing all these things. And not only that, but um, she has a disability. And so it's like, how is all this stuff going to play out? But he did everything that he could in order to provide what he thought and what he knew he wanted if his mother actually cared about him. And I thought that was something that you normally don't see, right? So trigger warning for all of this. There's child neglect in this. Um, I think that's pretty much the biggest trigger warning, and the only trigger warning that I would say in here is just like neglect of a child from a biological parent, right? And so with that, I appreciated how you saw the growth in him, right? He went from this party book guy to doing everything to almost getting fired by his PR firm because he was doing the most, to then moving into, I have to get my life together because this little girl, my sister, is depending on me and I need to be everything for her. I also appreciated Somi. I love Somi because she stood on business, right? She stood on business, not with her mama, because it's kind of hard to stand on business with your mama, but she stood on business with him because she's like, I'm not going to be one of your playthings. We can get it, get it in, but that's it, right? We're not doing anything else. My priority is this child. Your priority should be this child. Your priority is not what's between my legs. And he made her very aware, like, no, my priority is all of that. You, her, me, us as one unit. And he went above and beyond to make her feel comfortable within his life. So much so that he even changed his house, remodeled parts of his house to make sure that she felt comfortable and to make sure that his sister felt comfortable. I also appreciate, what this reminds me of, honestly, and I'm not a big like NFL fan, but I think his name is Jalen Hurts, and how he has like his whole team is women. So the same thing with this, his entire team, from his PR person to his lawyer to his agent to who else? Oh my goodness, his barber, everybody was a woman. And I'm like, yes, if you want the best, get black women. Get black women who know their shit. And so he did that. And Somi did bring it up in the story. And she was like, okay, he basically said the same thing. He was like, when you want the best, that's where you go. And it was beautiful. Like it was really, really beautiful. The other thing I loved is, sometimes when you read certain books and you see these books and you have parents who alienate their children, and you have a person who will be like, but that's your mama, but that's your daddy, like you shouldn't give up on them. Somi was like, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck your daddy. Because your daddy didn't want nothing to do with you until you made it and you got some money. And your daddy don't want nothing to do with your sister because she's deaf. Fuck your daddy. And I was like, yes, I'm tired of reading books. You're like, but that's your mama. That's your daddy. You need to forget. Fuck forgiveness for niggas who ain't shit. That's all I gotta say. Like, fuck it. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm just gonna cut it off. But I enjoy this book. I love that there was representation for the deaf community. I love that the author put in the beginning of the story, like, I did my very best. I got my resources, but I just want to make sure that I am giving voice to people who may not have these type of books and things like that, or for people who don't necessarily see themselves in these books. So I appreciated that so very much. I love when I read stories where there are people who have disabilities, where there are people who's like one person is taller than the other, and it's usually the man is shorter. Like, I want to see books like that. One person has ADHD, one person is on the spectrum. Like, yes, give me all of those books. If you have some recs for those, please give me those books too. I know Aria Days does an amazing job with books like that. She has a series, and she also has like a standalone books with those type of things. So if you're looking for some, definitely look for Aria Days. But if not, please give me some recs if you have some more. Okay. As always, make sure that you buy this book. If you don't have the coins, Kindle Unlimited is where I read it. You are your longest and most expensive relationship. Any money or time that you spend on being your favorite version of yourself is never money or time wasted. I hope that you enjoy this story. I know I really, truly did enjoy it. And yeah, until next time.